Alrighty, we are now just 26 days away from Star Wars Celebration, which is going to be the time and place of the official debut of the teaser trailer by J.J. Abrams and crew, Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of people, including myself, am really looking forward to seeing is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to utilize the character of Luke Skywalker in this story that will conclude the Skywalker saga and will bring Mark Hamill in as Luke once more. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the character of Luke Skywalker portrayed by Mark Hamill. Now, specifically, it's described that Mark Hamill shot a sequence over in Cardington during the month of January where it's described he had to stand on a high platform in front of both Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver and remain very still. It's described that intense visual effects will be added during post in order to create the effect of a force power by Luke that fans have never seen before in Legends and or in canon material. The set is described to take place in front of Jedi runes, where the runes have mysterious symbols that glowed by use of LEDs. Additionally, during a separate shoot, it's described that Mark Hamill is standing on top of an X-Wing in a pool of water, with some set pieces that appeared to mimic the planet of Ahch-To. It's described that Hamill had no beard in the scene and was wearing a black outfit, with his hair wet with his clothes drenched. It's said to be a scene of Luke's arrival on the planet Ahch-To before the events of the sequel trilogy. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this and as to why I am really excited about what J.J. Abrams is doing with the character of Luke. Now, yes, I know that this is, of course, a flashback and or a, couple of flashbacks in Episode 9. Now, some people are either A, excited about that, or B, just not excited about it at all, and I totally understand certain points of view. A lot of people would just like Luke, at the very end of the day, to come back to life and be alive and well in this story. So I want to go over the first part. Now, this obviously, I believe, has something to do with Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost, in which Mark Hamill shot a scene over in Cardington during January. And it's actually described that he was actually instructed to stand on a high platform in front of both Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver, and he had to remain very still, somewhat similar to what he did in The Last Jedi. However, in this scenario, it's described that intense visual effects are to be added during post-production in order to create the effect of a force power by Luke that fans have never seen before in Legends and or in the EU. Well, same thing, right? So, when we look at Episode 9, we do know that Luke Skywalker is really going to deliver in this movie because it is the end of the Skywalker saga. And this is a force power that we have also never seen in canon material under Disney and Lucasfilm. So I'm really starting to wonder exactly what power this is going to be that Luke is going to use. Could it very well be the power that we have been hearing about, in which he's able to show both Kylo Ren and Rey the netherworld of the Force? It could absolutely be what we have been hearing that connects to this very sequence that Mark Hamill shot. Now, the other one of which is, of course, a sequence that I think a lot of fans have been asking for a very long time, is Luke Skywalker's arrival on the planet Ahch-To. That was one of the more mysterious aspects of The Last Jedi, I felt, is that, well, Rey takes a glimpse at Luke's X-Wing, and you're not quite sure exactly what happened. Did Luke intentionally crash his X-Wing? Did he get shot down by lightning? We've heard that lightning may very well have played a role in the X-Wing, because we do know that some scenes were shot in which there were effects that were made on set that used the effects of certain lighting techniques to emulate lightning hitting the X-Wing, with a spark actually coming out of one of the wings. So in this scene in particular, Mark Hamill was actually instructed to stand on top of an X-Wing in a pool of water with some set pieces that appeared to mimic Ahch-To in the background. It's described that Hamill had no beard in the scene and was wearing a black outfit with his hair wet and his clothes drenched. So with his clothes being drenched and him standing on top of the X-Wing, I gotta say, guys, this sounds rather cinematic. I can only imagine what it's going to look like on the big screen of the Jedi Master himself standing on top of an X-Wing, slowly sinking into the ocean of Ahch-To. Now, we do know that it's shallow water, as you can tell in The Last Jedi. You can literally see through the water and see the X-Wing just sitting there. And you can tell that, J.J. Abrams wants to answer a lot of questions that were actually not answered in Episode 8. Now, I found it very strange as to why Luke's X-Wing and the whole mystery behind all of that was not actually even answered in the novelization. So I think it's pretty apparent at this point that it was all intentional as to why they didn't mention it in the movie and or in the novelization, is because they did in fact have plans to tell that side of the story of Luke in Episode 9. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.